Another day, another video. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today we're watching Prison Break. This is the 19th episode of the 4th season. Hope you guys have been enjoying it so far. If you'd like to watch today's full episode, it is available for in a link in the description below. Just click it, put the password in and enjoy. Speak about links in the description. We are running our most likely to dislike characters of season 4. It takes 30 seconds and your results of mine will be shown in the final episode. Cannot wait to see who you guys choose. I would also like to thank every single person that actually has voted already. The voting did get opened yesterday and a couple of people have filtered in their choices already, which is great. I love to see it and I would like to thank you for doing that. So ever since Michael's mum has been revealed that she's alive, she's been heavily involved in the storyline. I would probably say that her and Lincoln are kind of pretty much running the full last few episodes. And interestingly, you know, we were starting with a cliffhanger that was she going to kill Lincoln, was she not? Well, she did give the green light. The guy was trying to sniper him and Lincoln ended up walking underneath a tree. Now interestingly, he had Don, T-Bag and obviously Alex there to help him, and he's seen the guy on the top of the roof and Alex has gone up, chased him down, gone into a little bit of gunfight. The guys ran outside, Lincoln's taken him out. He's grabbed his cell phone, the guy's tried to run off, he got hit by a car. He's ended up dying, but not actually from them. This is like the first death that we've seen that they didn't actually do, and they've used this information to obviously try and track down where his mum is. Now they traced her to the Indian embassy. She's trying to obviously cut a deal with somebody inside. Basically, she was saying that she used to have a close relationship with this guy's father, and you know, out of respect for him, she's come and offered it to these first. Now, she's said that many other countries in the world have basically shown interest in it, but she's had a relationship with them before and she's happy to do it now. You know, the money's extortionate anyway, so what's a little bit here and there? She'd rather be with somebody that she's had close business with before. And obviously, Lincoln and Co snuck in there. They broke into it and they're trying to find it to obviously get Scylla themselves, and they've been caught. Now, they've been put into a room and told to wait. And now, obviously, Alex, being smart, is saying, look, mate, we're in a foreign embassy. There's no way that they're going to want to have any bloodshed here. There's nobody going to be standing outside the door. They've opened it. It's actually true. There's nobody there. So as they're getting ready to leave, you know, his mum's already cut this deal. The guys accepted it. Basically, she was saying, look, you know, this here that we've got can change the world. It can create instant water. You know, we can create crops in different environments and locations that we've never been able to before. Sounds like really she wants to benefit the population, but not too sure. Do you know what I mean? Everything's a big question mark right now. So she's got a deal. She shook hands. This guy's going to present it at a press conference tomorrow, which is hopefully in today's episode. But she left a note accidentally on the side. It said something about VS. It was this person's location. He was arriving at 4:30 p.m. And, you know, as Lincoln was leaving the embassy, the people thought that he was working with, obviously, her. He said that he was there with her. They give her this. She said she dropped it. He's used this information. He's gone to the airstrip. He's waiting for this guy's plane to land. Michael, as well, has also figured this out, and he's turned up as well. Now, he's walked into the tower. Basically, he's pointed a gun at somebody and told the plane that, you know, you can see kind of black smoke behind it, and it needs it to land in a different location. They're going to send a medic over straight away as well to obviously check everybody inside's okay, which is obviously Sarah. And as he pulled up, she's kind of escorted him into a vehicle, and then they're in a chase. You know, his mum Christina's trying to chase this guy down. Obviously, she had the original meeting plan, and Michael's obviously infiltrated it and taken him. Now they've got caught and pulled up. 2 Range Rovers either side of them. 3 men obviously have got guns on them, ready to kill Michael and Sarah. Now they've got their guy, and then boom, boom, boom. Mahone's in the distance with Lincoln, sniper rifle, popped them all down. They come over, and Lincoln's actually took this guy. He's took him, he's questioning him, he's asking does he know his mum, he's saying he don't know anything, he's just a teacher, and basically he's been flown out for a conference, you know, he's here to do a speech, and he's never really heard of his mum before, he don't know anything about the company, when we know that's a lie, because Michael's found his phone, you know, Michael's got the other side of it, he can see all the correspondence, he can see all the emails, and this guy on the other side, you can tell by his face, his smugness and all that, when they're not actually looking, that he definitely is part of it all. So I'm not trusting anybody that gets caught anymore. I'm thinking they're all company, every single one of them. T-Bag, obviously, you know, ever since he's seen a picture of his mum, he may have got a bit of feels, and he might not have seen her for years, and he actually wants to reunite with her, and he's got, obviously loves her very much, and he's actually cut a deal with the general. Basically, he's feeding him information because he just wants a house, he just wants to be free, and he just wants to be left alone with a bit of money, and he's give the, obviously, location that Christina's in Miami, and the generals are obviously now flying out. So everybody's going to be there, hopefully, in today's episode, and hopefully it's a bit crazy. Thanks for checking it out. Hopefully you guys enjoy it. If you do, please smash the like, really helps out. Subscribe if you're new. And as always, let's jump into today's episode.
Let me go. I won't say a word to anyone about this.
Never heard of the name Christina Schofield.
I told you no.
Imagine it's Michael.
That guy you picked up at the airport, there's something you should know. He's not some innocent victim, Link. He and Christina have been exchanging emails, phone calls, you name it. So what are you gonna do with him, Link?
Now he's going to beat him up.
Leave town, Michael.
It's good that they're feeding him info. He's going to beat him up though.
Where's Scylla?
The thing is, get a couple of licks into him, he might change his personality, do you know what I mean?
That's Sandinsky's phone.
Yeah.
You know, we've not seen Michael have any symptoms recently. He might have worked the operation.
On Sandinsky's phone. I hope you're ready to talk.
Let's start with Vincent Sandinsky.
Bit of a bore, don't you think? I'd rather meet you face to face.
Unless you're bringing me Scylla, I'm not interested.
Scylla, no meeting.
That's all I can offer.
Does it not take like 30 seconds to trace it? Oh, they found it.
This is over. Look around. What are you doing?
I swear I don't know anything. I don't know anything.
It's not the first time he's lied to us.
Where is it?
No.
Burroughs!
Oh, here we go.
Vincent and I need to talk. Vincent and I are old friends.
He's got something to do with Scylla.
Good. Then you can help me find it, can't you, Vincent?
Does that help?
She invited me.
Who?
Christina Schofield.
When were you planning on telling me that your mother was behind all this?
We just found out.
Bagwell is the only one who's competent here.
What?
Do it alone.
Are you serious? You think you're
Where's Scylla?
I don't know. I don't know where she's staying. Edgewater Tower, room 1099.
Do you know what, right? I've got to say, I just love Lincoln, how he screams. Honestly, he's so... I said it. Do you remember last season when he was with his floating and he was waiting for Sucre? Do you know when he was in the escape and he was like, Sucre! Like when he's in the sea. I was like, mate, his voice is loud. I mean, he always shouts and that, but like, I feel like this is been a solid season for Lincoln, honestly. I really do. I think he's had a good role, to be honest. He's been given more screen time. Like, in season 1, it was all about escaping him out of it, but I don't feel like he was on the screen enough. Now, I'm not saying that he had a bad season. I'm just saying, like, we're utilising him so much more now. I'm really enjoying it. The good mix between him and Michael as well. I feel like they've got 50-50 kind of split between the season. Do you know what I mean? And they never kind of revealed that it was Sucre... T-Bag giving the general information. Now, he said that he might be the only one who could do his job, but never technically said that he's the one that's called him up and told him that Christina's got, you know, Scylla. He kind of made it sound like it was his first time actually knowing about it. So that was interesting as well.
You tipped him off.
You stay here.
Oh, T-Bag, he's kind of getting some loyalty stuff. Since Lachero, I kind of feel like he likes being part of a group. Michael obviously knew that she was coming here. That's why he was creating those things. Oh, right. Has he snuck into their car? He's put something in there.
Let's go. Let's go.
Watch it now. Just blow right into the car. Wonder what it was. Ah, gonna throw his mum in the trunk. Yo, what was it that he's just done then? Obviously, they all just passed out.
Where is it?
You don't really expect me to answer that, do you? I've waited 25 years for this moment, Michael. It's nice to meet you, Sarah. In some ways, Michael's done very well for himself. You break Lincoln out of prison and he goes to work for General KRANTZ.
And he has his reasons. But if you're looking for some kind of common ground between us, maybe that's it.
None of us wants to see Scylla go back to the company, so if we can put the past behind us, maybe we can work something out.
Scylla.
Please, Michael, I know better. I know what it's like to look at the big picture, see all the little moving parts.
You're running out of time.
Maybe she can manipulate Sarah though. I never know what Sarah's gonna do me. I always feel like she falls, like it, or like listens.
Just crap is what it is. We're always one move behind.
I was working for KRANTZ. Okay, that was the first mistake. What do you think's gonna happen now that he's in town? He has his goons calling the shots. What's gonna happen now?
Not getting out of here. We're gonna take a walk right to the gallows where somebody else is gonna stab us in the back.
I did that walk and I survived.
Always happens, you know. You throw stuff on the floor, you find shit.
No receipt. Silver minivan.
Is that a postal code? Like, the difference is in the UK to like the US, that our postal areas are totally different. So like, you know, you could have a postcode like LH16784, like in the UK. Do you know what I mean? Or you could have a M42 3HG. Do you know what I mean? Like, just random numbers, where it seems like in the US it's always like, I don't know, 6482 1491. Do you know what I mean? And ours is like GH62 48L, you know what I mean? Totally different. So every time I see these numbers, I never really know personally from me watching it until they start like circling them out and start like explaining this is a street, this is a location, do you know what I mean? But I'm assuming that obviously you got the rental car that they know, and now obviously the police, they're maybe going to go down there and see who it is that's got it or where they've gone to.
She said she'd give me a script beforehand, that's all I know. She said her interest was purely scientific.
Her interest was financial. Certain events occurred. Various nations might feel the need for a more modern defense system. What was that?
I think it's more than that.
Really? What did she tell you?
I know how the company operates. Your leadership only benefits you and your friends 10 generations in the future. You think too small. Louse. We'll all be dead before that pays off.
I got a question for your friend.
What is it?
Ask him what the letters DMB mean.
He said the place is on the same block as Dade, Miami.
No, they're getting closer.
The doctor knows.
But, you know, Bagwell's just in a perfect position there to just soak up information and maybe decide like what side he actually wants to be on. Now, what is it called? Laos? Is that what it is? Basically, it sounds like an operation that they've previously done in the past, you know what I mean? That's actually gone through. Now he mentioned it again here. He said that it's going to be ages until that starts paying off. T-Bag asked about it. He was just like, doesn't really matter, you don't need to know, so to speak. But then, if you look at this, what he was saying, so obviously I was saying that when Christina was talking about water and crops and all this and like rebuilding like a society, he's kind of saying that no, realistically what she wants to do is reveal how powerful this actually thing is, and then basically what it would be is that other countries around the world will get a bit scared. Do you know what I mean? They'll start thinking, oh mate, if this is out there, we're gonna have to maybe defend ourselves or make sure that we've got something in place. So then they'll come to the company and start giving them funds and financials, and do you know what I mean, to basically start paying for their defense. So she was trying to do it that way. So you literally never really know who's, I like, personally, in my opinion, you might have watched it and I may read it all wrong, but I never really know who's back here. Like, do I go on the general side because ever since he was kind of introduced, he's been an ass, or do I go on his mum's side? But then ever since she's kind of been introduced, she's been going crazy as well. So it's interesting. And also his daughter's disappeared, you know what I mean? And well, she resigned, didn't she? And she also gave Sarah info. Is that the end of her? She's completely gone now, or what?
I might have some perspective. She didn't leave me when I was 6.
That she was kind of like earwigging in. She wanted to obviously say something during that conversation.
Sorry we had to meet this way, Sarah. Michael can handle it. He's never known a life without change.
Say that like you know him.
Oh, I do. Well, you will when your child's born. I've tried to be a mother, even to Lincoln.
How can you say that? You left them.
Michael doesn't know you're pregnant, does he?
He's going to try and use that as leverage against Sarah now, maybe. I don't know. Sarah should just tell Michael.
I got nothing.
How are you? My name is Don Self, Homeland Security. Don't worry, there's nothing the matter. See, his mother passed away yesterday, okay? And her last will and testament is in one of your security boxes. It's actually box 6468.
Number 6468 was accessed a minute ago.
He just left. It was the guy with the silver suitcase.
There he is. Hey, that looks like the guy from the embassy.
Do you know, if you was Christina, would you trust this guy just walking around with Scylla just out in the open, considering how much it's worth?
Manager, how are you?
I'm trying to reach Christina Hampton.
She's in a meeting right now.
If I don't talk to her before 5, the deal is off.
This is my final offer. You're gonna take me to Scylla, and then you can walk.
Lincoln would never let that happen. But you know that, don't you, Michael?
This isn't about Lincoln.
You have blue eyes, he has green. He played with trucks. You took apart the television set. You've always known it deep in your heart. You just had no one to confirm it.
Is she going to say that they're not brothers?
Isn't your brother? Have you ever seen pictures of Lincoln as a baby? Your father didn't adopt him until he was 3 years old. Parents worked for the company, killed in an explosion in Manila. Aldo brought him home the next day. He felt it was his duty. I'm sorry, Michael, but I felt differently about you, and you could tell. That's why you always felt guilty. It's why you went to prison and pissed your life away.
You don't know why I did the things I did! You weren't there!
He fed me, kept me off the streets.
Getting in trouble over and over again, just like he is right now.
What do you mean right now?
Just relax.
Michael, where are you going? Michael!
Where is he? You tell me where he is. I'll kill you myself. God, I'll kill you myself.
Michael!
Where is he? Where is he? Where is he?
To be fair, right, you know, people say, oh, you're not my blood related, you're not my blood mum, you're not my blood dad, the thing is, does it really matter? A parent, a brother, a sibling, whatever, is somebody that actually is there in your life bringing up. So, like, somebody who was born as a baby and then went into adoption or foster care or whatnot and was brought up by a loving family, they're their mums, they're their dads, they're their siblings, you know what I mean? That's blood. Like, just because you're not physically the parent who give birth to you doesn't mean that you got any weight over that person, you know what I mean? Like, if I was him, I would choose Lincoln all day, every day, and twice on Sundays, mate, over her. 24/7, like, literally. And she's saying he's not my brother. Well, he is, because ever since I was born, he was there, my brother. Till the day I die, that's all he'll ever be. No information will change that. Now, she thinks that he's going to hold some weight over Michael. It kind of made him more a bit angry, to be honest. And I would go in there, I would drag her, beat her, and I would throw her into that tub until she actually told me what was happening with him.
There's an energy conference at the Panda Bay Hotel in about an hour.
She did tell the right location, I think. But Lincoln's chasing after it right now, though.
I don't know what to think.
Go find her.
If she gives you any trouble.
I know.
Just shoot her.
Go.
She's probably going to be able to cut herself. There you go. She'll be able to maybe dig her hands in and like rip it out with that.
As a special liaison to the company, what exactly does that entail?
Most company operatives choose their own career path. Do sexual predators from Alabama typically do?
Those days are behind me. I'm ready for anything.
When Burroughs brings Scylla back to us,
kill Lincoln.
I will fly it safely back to Los Angeles, and you will be the one to put a bullet in his brain.
What do you want? Lob more accusations and assumptions out at me?
I haven't made any. Lincoln is adopted. Can I just give you one piece of advice? Stay out of the bars.
Stay out of the bars, as in like bars.
In AA.
Look, I'd say, shut your mouth, mate. I'm going now. You've waffled too much. But she wants her to shut the door. That's what she wanted. Baited for it, man. Like, she was baiting her in.
These are all scientists.
I told you.
Those are the speakers. Names below are special guests, sounded like big wigs from all over the world.
The son of Prime Minister Nadu Banerjee. He has a known interest in solar weapons technology.
He knows that that's going to be there. Do you know what I mean? BAGWELL, mate, coming up trumps. He's doing well, innit? He's showing his worth. See, if I was Sarah, just wait at the door. Just wait at the door. Don't open it. She's got to come to you. Just like that, look.
Where is he? Where did he go?
Look at Don's run. I love watching people run. Some people look hilarious. And that's a Chevrolet, yeah.
The rental van. It's for a getaway.
Where are you?
Running. Burroughs is on my ass. Are you okay? I was worried you didn't get away.
See you soon. Soon, this'll all be behind us.
He's still not spoken to her yet, has he? But she's going to turn up, I reckon.
Where have you been? I was told that you would call.
I got hung up on a few details for this evening.
May I have your attention, please? We're about to begin. It's running.
Stuff like that happens all the time, doesn't it?
Rented this in Link's name. Set up. For what? It's a setup.
You know what I mean? Like, if you figured out that that was a setup there, right? I would take the passport out. I mean, mate, I might even move the car, to be honest. I'd just take it away from the location completely. Now, you don't know if the bomb's in there or anything, though, so that's a tough one. Do you know what I mean? Maybe I would actually, just thinking about it now, I would go in and get the rental receipt had gone, the passport's gone, all bags, I'd clear it out, and then I would just run away with it. Do you know what I mean? Hide it, dispose of it. And if they was trying to use that as a setup and say that that was them that had come in and done this and that and all that, then there'd be no evidence that it was potentially me. Do you know what I mean? But it's interesting how they actually wanted Lincoln to be here. I don't know how it's going to help him do it. I literally don't.
Christina's plan. What she needed to profit from Scylla. An incident that'll domino into global warfare.
You're out. It's over now.
No! You do it.
I reckon he could kill this guy, actually, if I'm being honest. I feel like T-Bag could kill this one. Lincoln, maybe not. Look at that. He didn't even hesitate, man.
Our first guest is an author and an entrepreneur, as well as having a notable heritage. He has spoken to audiences across the world. Please welcome Naveen Banerjee.
I have no proposal to read.
Has that got Lincoln's fingerprints over it?
She set the whole thing up.
That shell's gonna have the fingerprints on, though, of Lincoln, I think.
Dan was there with the passports. Just got off the phone with our contact at the bank, and they've got clean video of Burroughs trying to access the box. His hands were all over the shells. It really is too bad about Michael. I know you,
Shut up and dry.
Do you know what, right? I've got to say, the way that she's kind of planned that in terms of having him go to the safety deposit box, have his face fully shown, do you know what I mean? Like, in the bank, and then obviously going to this hotel room and rummaging through all of the drawers and pulling everything down and having his fingerprints all over it and grabbing the shells. You know what I mean? And then coming here and then being in the car and having all these passports and stuff. I mean, it's decent. She's thought of it really well. And obviously, if you think about it, it makes sense why when Lincoln was strapped to a chair, you know, she didn't turn up. After today's episode, the revelation of obviously them not being blood brothers, she has no loyalty towards him. She's literally not asked about him. She even said that when, what's he called? Like, Adolf? Is that what he's called? Aldo. That's it. When Aldo come back, you know, with him, you know, he always like was drawn to him. He felt like it was his duty to protect him when obviously both his parents died when he was working for the company. And then she never really had any connection. And she was saying Michael could really tell that, you know, she had a different one with him compared to Lincoln. And that's why when they asked where was he when he was strapped to the chair and he said that she was working in this place in the cornfield or whatever, she probably just not bothered. Like, literally, she probably set it all up, to be honest. You know, to her, it's just another guy, it's just another dude, nothing to do with her at all. And obviously, you can see that she's a bit kind of upset that Michael's kind of been drawn into this situation here. Obviously, he's turned up at the very end, but the whole thing was kind of been revealed here as part of a plan. You know, she's got Scylla. She's caused, you know, basically a commotion. People are going to be up. People are going to be wanting defences. People are going to be scared. You know what I mean? She's put herself in the shop window, kind of, because she's got this resource and technology, you know what I mean, that people may want to obviously help arm themselves. She's causing a commotion. Do you know what I'm saying? And it's interesting to see. I don't like her, if I'm being totally honest. She shouldn't have really escaped the apartment that she was in. The Sarah should have never gone too close, you know. I've seen too many things to know that you got one entry. If you're in an apartment block, all the way up, even if you're more than 5 stories high, you're not jumping out without getting hurt. So, like, if you hear something in the bathroom and someone's locked in, leave them there. They've got to come to you. You've got the weapon, the advantage. As soon as you walked in, quick sleight of hand, I've got it, tied you up, you know, on our merry way. Now, Frame Lincoln, again, like I said, mate, gone from season 1 all the way to season 4, frame job. You know what I mean? And we are getting close to the end now as well. How many episodes are in this season? 22, possibly? Like, we're right at the very end. This is 18, maybe 3 or 4 to go. And I actually have no idea how it's going to finish. Do you know what I mean? Like I said, I know this is season 5, but it was 10 years after. So, like, when this was actually finishing, I fully expected the storyline to, like, be played out, if that makes sense. And, like, all current stories to be kind of written. So, like, something's got to happen to the company. Something's got to happen to the general. How's Don going to finish himself? And, you know, how's Mahomes? Is he going to get what he wants? His family, his freedom? What about T-Bag? Michael, Lincoln? Are they going to live? Are they going to die? What's going to happen with Scylla? You know what I mean? I feel like there's a lot of information to be revealed in the last few episodes. Okay, that is going to wrap up today's episode. Thanks for checking out the channel today. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed it. If you're not yet voted for your most likely to dislike characters of the season, please do. It takes 30 seconds, and your results and mine will be shown in the final episode. Cannot wait to see who you guys pick. And, you know, it's interesting stuff. You know, I feel like we've gone full circle. So in season 1, it was all about framing Lincoln, wasn't it? You know, for the murder of Terrence Steadman. We know that didn't actually happen. And, you know, he's fought ever since then, up until season 4 pretty much, to just get his innocence, you know what I mean? He wants to be free, he wants to just live with LJ, he wants to have a happy, chilled life, and it's just chaotic, isn't it? It's all over the place. And we had the bombshell dropped in today's episode that he's actually not related to Michael. He was obviously brought home as a kid and brought up with them, and that's why his mum's never had a connection with him. And you know, she was basically saying that's why, like, when he was a kid and he was playing with monster trucks, he was getting in fights and he was going in and doing all this mad stuff, that he was at home taking the TV apart, you know what I mean? He was figuring out all the different components of different situations, because your brain works totally different to him. And she was saying, you know, if Lincoln wasn't involved in your life, you would be totally different, you'd be so far ahead. Well, let's be honest, Michael had a good job, you know what I mean? He was an engineer, he had a good apartment, it seemed like he had a bit of money, and the reason why his life is currently in this position is because of, like, her and the company, and because he framed Lincoln. And regardless of whether it's his blood brother or not, you know, he's there all his life and it's his brother. And the fact is, somebody was framing him and he's going to get murdered because of it. And he's actually had to do something. He's took the initiative, he's stepped forward, he's put his own life on the line to save somebody that he actually loves, to prove that he was innocent. And it's not Michael wasting his talents, it's Michael being a good person and showing what family actually really means. Unlike her, do you know what I mean? He's willing to just throw anybody under the bus for any amount at all. Now, obviously, Sarah's pregnancy was confirmed in today's episode. Well, it was confirmed last episode, I think it was, when she had the positive pregnancy stick. But she acknowledged it in today's, and, you know, she's not really told Michael, has she? Even Christina was saying to her, look, mate, you should really tell Michael. Now, I reckon that if Michael knows, then his whole approach and situation that he's been doing, and, like, how he's, you know, going after the company, maybe putting his life on the line, using Sarah as well, like, may actually change. You know, when certain situations come to light, then obviously you start thinking differently. Now, interestingly as well, you know, like Bagwell, you know, he here has cut a deal with the KRANTZ. Now, he wants him to kill Lincoln. He does. He said, look, mate, do you think that a couple of phone calls here and there is going to help you, like, get the deal that we cut? Do you know what I mean? It's not going to make you financially stable just because you told us, like, Christina had this and, like, they was here in Miami. You've got to show stuff for us. Do you know what I mean? Like, you got to write your own story, your own position within the company, so to speak. And all I need you to do is, once Silla's retrieved and I've taken it and I've gone back, you know, I need you to put a bullet in Lincoln's head. He was like, yeah, no problem, even though I do think that's going to be a problem. But interestingly, you know, they asked him to kill this doctor and he didn't even hesitate. He didn't even think 1 second. He didn't wait for him to plead for his life, nothing. I was saying, you know, recently it looks like T-Bag's changed around, like, took a turn, you know what I mean? Like, he didn't kill the guy that was in the room who was obviously preaching to be, you know, a person of God. He said, like, he was changed, you know what I mean? He let the family go. He was going to let him go. I also feel like, because, like, you might hate Michael, you might hate Lincoln, you know, if you was T-Bag, because of all the situations, but sometimes you have to review situations that you've been through together. You've got, like, this weird bond, like, and they've been through so much that, like, he has a little bit of loyalty towards him. I think so anyway, and that's why I feel like at the end of the day, when it comes to it, you know, he might take their side. Obviously, his mum could die if he goes against the company, but then you don't want her to die, but you've never really been involved in life, you know, for all these years, and you've got to think about all these people that have kind of had you back and kind of saved you, even though it's kind of a love-hate relationship, you know what I mean? It's going to be interesting to see how it goes, but he did go in, he did kill him, and you could see the general looking, thinking, geez, mate, I didn't think it was going to be that easy, you know what I mean? And then obviously the main talking point we've got to say is the ending of the episode, basically. You know, a bit of chaos at the energy conference, going to have people now coming and ringing Christina, maybe trying to make deals. She's going to try and make as much money as she can, trying to frame Lincoln again, dropping, what is it now, the bullet shells on the floor, fingerprints on it when he went to the apartment, car outside. I'm hoping that Don and you know, Alex have actually rinsed that vehicle so that they've not actually got more evidence against him, but we're going to have to find out next episode, and I cannot wait to. Thanks for checking out today's. If you did enjoy it, please smash a like, really helps out. Subscribe if you're new, and as always, I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers, guys.